Hi. Yesterday I did a video and I failed to thank everyone who's helped me. I don't think I could have gotten to this point, which is really far into fighting Wells Fargo, if it hadn't been for the support I find and really appreciate on Twitter. I'm basically on my own, and I've been sick for a long time, so I don't see people the way I used to when I would go to lunch with people or see them regularly shopping maybe because I'm housebound. I'm home all the time and I never see anyone. But I want to thank you. Yesterday was so great. People on Twitter retweeted my brief, and many people therefore got to see it that wouldn't have seen it if it had only been up to me asking people to read it. What's important about my brief, wait, I need to thank other people. There are people who have supported me monetarily as well and continue to monetarily send me money through GoFundMe, which, although I'm not still trying to hire a lawyer to do the appeal, it was out of reach. It was totally out of reach. She was a great lawyer, and had she been working for me, I think the court could not have ignored the law the way it could with me, assuming that I have no clue what's going on. But here's the thing. The ongoing support has helped me. It's really expensive to do court things. I mean, I'm on my fifth ream of paper for just these few things that I've done. And a ream of paper these days is about $8, over $8 to order from Amazon, which is like interesting. And then there's the ink. I go through so much ink for the printer. And then there's something else. I can't remember what it is. Oh, postage. Postage. And Wells Fargo has so many lawyers. I mean, you'd think I was some sort of really powerful firm that they're up against, but no, it's just tiny me. And they have 3 firms of lawyers, and I used to mail to all of them because it seemed like that was what I was supposed to do. But since then, I've decided I can't afford to spend $6.70 on each one of these lawyers, so they can share, don't you think? Okay, so I want to thank you clearly and sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping me get the word out that the case law, supports me, and that the Wells Fargo's foreclosure should be dismissed and the foreclosure judgment should be vacated. And I'll give you just the brief bit of the law in the brief so that you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, it begins, core point, concurring contradicts Deutsch. The appeals court contradicted Deutsch v. Johnson, 369 P. Dot 3D 1046, 2016, when it wrote, "We find no error in the fact that the plaintiff proved standing by establishing its entitlement to enforce a lost instrument by way of evidence at trial." Page 5, memorandum opinion. The contradiction lies in the appeals court approving the use of 2 UCC statutory categories, with the second not being stated at the commencement of the case, whereas Deutsch specifically says, paragraph 14, to show a direct and concrete injury. Deutsche Bank needed to establish that it fell into one of these 3 statutory categories that would establish both its right to enforce homeowner's promissory note and its basis for claiming that it suffered a direct injury from homeowner's alleged default on the note. And then I added bold so that the one is standing out. And, it sounds like you could say one, like, okay, so then I defined one later because maybe one is like, well, that one didn't work out, so I tried this one. But later on in the same case, it points out that you have to choose that one at the beginning, and that is what creates your standing. And a plaintiff to sue someone must have what's called standing. And in a foreclosure case, standing necessarily rests on the UCC because all foreclosures require having the original note. The original note is the money. That it's called a darn it, will I remember? A negotiable instrument. Okay, so that means it is money. And that is what is basically underlying the foreclosure. So if the plaintiff doesn't have it, and if they could have lost it, but they have to say that in their complaint. If they don't say it in their complaint, then later they can't go and say, oh, but we lost it, which many of them have done. Okay, so I want to be sure to thank you, and thank you. Especially thank you to everyone who has asked their followers on Twitter and friends to read the beginning of the brief that talks, and the rest of the brief that talks about what's necessary to foreclose. Thank you so much, and keep wishing me luck. Bye.